acetic acid market in 2016 started out at extremely low prices, and in fact the prices in China were at a multi-year low for most of the first half of the year. Starting in the second half of the year, we started to see some movements in the feedstock pricing, particularly coal in China, but also methanol in other regions. And as a result, the prices for acetic acid were on the rise during the second half and particularly in the fourth quarter of last year. The market overall is very well supplied, and in fact, globally, the utilization rates remain around 70%, and that reflects the fact that the Chinese market is still very oversupplied, and there's some structural problems that need to be addressed moving forward. The pressure began to build on pricing in the beginning of 2017, and so the current picture is that methanol prices globally have increased. This also dragged up the acetic acid prices in all regions. We've reached a point now at the end of the first quarter where there are a series of plant turnarounds globally. So supplies are beginning to tighten up a little bit. And in particular, there's a major turnaround at the Celanese facility in Clear Lake, Texas, that will affect all of the units in that facility, and that is beginning sometime around the end of March, beginning of April, and lasting for at least 1 month. This has led to a fair bit of anxiety in the acetic acid market. Everyone is watching that very closely to see that the plant restarts as scheduled. And if that is the case, then the market should begin to moderate again in the second quarter. In the vinyl acetate market, it's been a bit of a different scenario than what we saw in the acetic acid market. Prices were fairly flat early in 2016 on a global basis, but then in the beginning of the third quarter there was a situation where global prices collapsed fairly quickly as a result of poor demand in some regions, and also due to some structural problems or some structural oversupply. This came as a surprise to most of the people, most of the VAM market participants, and prices remained at fairly low levels throughout the rest of 2016. Moving into 2017, there's quite a busy turnaround schedule for the global market. As I mentioned, or as I mentioned before, there's a very long outage at the Celanese facility in Clear Lake, Texas, but all of the other VAM producers in the U.S. Gulf Coast also have plant turnarounds, and most major producers in Asia also have turnarounds planned late in the first quarter or into the second quarter. So many market participants anticipate that VAM supplies will tighten as we move through the second quarter. Prices have already started to reflect some of this market tightness, and also prices have moved up as a result of some higher ethylene prices in Asia. Depending on how soon all of the plant turnarounds are completed and whether or not there are any problems associated with the startup, the VAM market could continue to be tight into the third quarter. But many people believe that the supplies will begin to moderate in the third quarter, and prices may actually start to decrease a little bit moving into the fourth quarter.